The city-state that took the polis concept to the extreme. Sparta, the city of warriors.
How did Sparta become a warrior state?
This is the question we will answer in this video. But in order to do that, let's go back to 1125 BC. In the year 1125 BC, the Peloponnese was populated by the Achaeans. The decline of the Mycenaean civilization encouraged tribes from the Doris area to migrate south. The Dorians split into 4 spearheads with different destinies in the peninsula: Argos, Corinth, Messenia, and Laconia. Those who invaded Laconia settled in Sparta and let the Achaean cities be governed by subordinate kings. Around the year 930, the Spartans abandoned this policy and subordinated all of Laconia to direct Spartan rule. Most of the Achaean inhabitants emigrated out of Laconia, but the people of the city Helots resisted and once conquered the Spartans and enslaved them. Unlike other ancient world slaves, the Spartan slaves were owned by the polis and were called Helots as they came from the city Helos. With the Helots farming their lands, the Spartans could allow themselves to be the first city in Greece with professional army.
So, the Spartans enslaved the Achaean Helots and formed a professional army.
Meanwhile, in Messenia, the Dorian king took a different path, and instead of fighting the Achaeans, he equated them to the Dorians. In the beginning of the 8th century BC, the tension between the Spartans and the Messenians increased, as the Messenians started moving toward the Achaean religion and due to the fact that the Spartans needed new territories to expand. In 764, a dispute over a cattle between a Messenian and a Spartan escalated into a violent incident. Around the year 743, one of the Spartan kings was killed during a skirmish with the Messenians.
So, the Spartans enslaved the Achaean Helots and formed a professional army. Later, the tension with the Messenians increased.
In 742, the Spartans launched a surprise attack on an important Messenian city. Since the Spartans had a superior army, the Messenians relied on a strategy of defense in the depth, and the war consisted of raids and counter-raids. In 739, the two armies fought an inconclusive battle. In the following year, they clashed again, but this time the Spartans emerged victorious, and the Messenians retreated to a stronghold on Mount Ithome. The Messenians were able to resist the Spartans and maintain their independence. However, they were hard-pressed by the Spartans' raids, which caused economic collapse and food shortage. Around 730, Sparta adopted a new tactic and they besieged the Messenian stronghold on Mount Ithome. After several years, the Messenians' defense collapsed and the war ended in 722 BC. After the war, the Spartans reduced the remaining Messenians to the status of Helots. Following the conquest of Messenia, Sparta grew richer and stronger, and it allowed the Spartan elite to become a class of professional warriors.
So, the Spartans enslaved the Achaean Helots and formed a professional army. Later, the tension with the Messenians increased, which led to a long war that ended with more lands and slaves to Sparta. I see. The decision to enslave the Helots put Sparta on a path that required professional soldiers.
Sparta became a warrior state, but did not take it to the extreme yet. This is all going to change within 50 years. How? Why? Just wait for the next video.